my loves, and welcome. I'm Laura, and my business name is Tiger Mama Yoga. A little intro to me. I am a mom. So I have been there, done that, and got many a t-shirt at the time of this recording. I have a not so little boy who's 6 and definitely not so little girl who's 9. And I have been enjoying the highs and lows of motherhood for some time, therefore. And I actually came to this place, to yoga, in all of its lovely facets through the pregnancy and subsequent birth of my daughter, so about 10 years ago, which feels a bit crazy to say. And I came up with my name of my business, of my persona, Tiger Mama Yoga, in a moment of inspiration, as it tends to come. And it didn't really unfold for a while as to what that really meant. And as time has come on, I qualified as a yoga teacher. I then subsequently trained in pre and postnatal, so pregnancy and postnatal yoga, to support those incredible changes in not just body, but mind and spirit as well. And following that, have continued those studies into yoga for women's health, into baby massage and baby yoga, into hands-on assist, into my advanced yoga training, and have been guiding and teaching and leading and supporting and holding space for people ever since. So it is my joy and privilege to be with you here today. This pregnancy course is a 5 or 6 week course, dependent on what you've signed up to. Online, it will always be 6 weeks. In person, it depends on the school timetable, ultimately. But you will still get the same amount of information. It's just slightly condensed in the 5-week section. So I'm just going to read my notes because I'm never very good at remembering everything. So kind of the aims of this program are, number one, to create a space when you're pregnant. We live in this very modern, always on, very linear, quite masculine, not male, world where, everything's meant to be the same all the time. And pregnancy doesn't allow for that, unfortunately. Our bodies are incredible, but they are ever changing. There is a tiny little baby that's starting off as cells that is becoming a whole human being, and you and your body are creating that. So this is really, the aim of this course really is to create that time and space for you to slow down, for you to connect with that incredible ever-changing body. Seriously, like, just even thinking about it still blows my mind. And I've made 2 babies. I see them walking around and being cheeky to me all the time. So that is mind-blowing to me. And so it's really incredible to give ourselves the space and time to revel in the brilliance and the intelligence of our human body. Secondly, to give you a chance to slow down, to connect, to notice how you feel in the physical body, which might not always be pleasant, but it's for a reason most of the time. To connect with our breath, because our breath is this anchor, and it's something that's really important in all life, but particularly when we're going through big changes, particularly if you're able to birth your baby physiologically. It's that anchor that always brings us back to ourselves. It's our anchor that can help us release any tension or anything that's kind of stuck or scary in the body. It can ground us. So we will spend a lot of time in this course working with the breath, connecting to the breath, and finding lots of different breathing techniques which may or may work for you. So I offer lots of different ones with slightly different purposes. But the main purpose with the breath is to connect with yourself, to ride those waves of breath, and to ground into how you are in that moment. And then thirdly, it's to connect with your baby. Again, I feel like in our modern lives, we just crack on, we get on. It's almost like there's nothing happening, even though physically we will start to see those changes. So it really gives you a moment to be with your baby, to connect in whatever way feels good to you, whether it's physically, hands and belly and heart, whether it's through the breath, realizing that with every breath you take that you're connecting with your baby. Maybe it's with your thoughts and feelings. And we really create space for that as well. And then more functionally, this course provides some mindfulness, some guided meditation, which really allows and invites that slowing down and that deep connection to self, breath, body, baby. We have those breathing techniques, of which there are many, 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 many. We will cover as many as we can in the time we have together. We will take some gentle asana, so postural movement, that works with your ever-changing pregnant body. So really working on releasing all of the joints from the toes to the fingertips, all the way to the neck and head. We will also work to release even any tension, particularly in those places that you might be feeling it, lower back, pelvis, legs, but also shoulders, neck, might be sleeping a bit funny. And anywhere else that might be causing you tension, for some light relief. Also, as well as releasing tension, continuing to build some strength. So strength, particularly in the lower body, but also flexibility in the pelvis, in the legs, in the upper body. So we have that mobility throughout your pregnancy. And that then leads into our pelvic floor exercises, again, working with the idea of both strength and flexibility. So again, mobility, both while you're pregnant to help support baby as they get heavier and bigger and everything needs a little bit more structure. Then also, again, if you're able to physiologically birth your baby, and then also put you in the best place for that postnatal recovery as well. And I guess the fourth thing then is to create some space for community. So whether that's online, whether that's in person, being able to connect with like-minded women in a similar situation to yourself, to share, to learn, and to really, learn from the horse's mouth. Every mother will have had a different experience, different mums, different situations, different babies, but we will all connect on that shared experience of motherhood and that huge transition. We have a word for it. It's still not that well known, matrescence. So kind of like puberty, when we go from child to sort of adolescence. Matrescence is from being not a mother to being a mother. And that is a huge change, not just physiologically, but emotionally, mentally, all of it. It's a big change for a life to not just be about you and, your significant others, to be about a baby, another human life. And that is a big change. Some of us take to it like a duck to water. So some of us, it's like a huge train has just hit us in the face. And everything in between. And all of that is okay. That is welcome. That is your experience and your journey. And there will always be somebody, will never be the same, but there will always be someone with a similar situation who will be there, who will understand, who will empathise. And it's that support, that village that we're all really looking for. So this is your invitation into this space. And I'm just going to check that I haven't missed anything, because I really want to make sure that you feel welcome. And this kind of final point here is, what I have tried to do here is bring together yogic practices, which are obviously very ancient. And there are so many. This is just the real tip of the iceberg. I'm sharing practices with you that I have used myself and continue to use way after, almost a decade after the birth of my first child, because they are so grounding, they are so humbling, they are so connecting. They always bring me back to my body, to my mind, to my heart, to my spirit, self, soul, whatever you want to call it. And that really helps me as a mum. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a peace and love all the time. Sometimes the tiger comes out. And so she should. But to give us these lovely practices where we can come back to ourselves. So on that note, I'm going to finish this introduction and close with just a deep thanks to all of you for joining me here from wherever you are, and for creating this time and space for you and your baby together and always. Thank you from my heart to you. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace.